SpaceOper had always prided himself on being the most feared warrior in the Galactic Combat Federation. Standing nearly 8 feet tall with 4 muscular arms and chitinous armor plating that could deflect plasma bolts, he was the undisputed champion of Sector 7's fighting circuits. His razor-sharp claws had ended countless battles before they truly began, and his acidic saliva could melt through most known metals. So when the small, pink-skinned humans stepped into the arena that day, SpaceOper couldn't help but laugh, a sound like grinding metal that echoed through the combat dome. "This is your challenger?" he had asked the arena master, gesturing dismissively at the creature that barely reached his chest. The human wore simple combat attire, no visible weapons, no apparent cybernetic enhancements. Just soft flesh and what appeared to be a confident smirk. The human introduced himself as Marcus Chin, a recent addition to the Federation after humanity's first contact just 3 cycles ago. Most species took decades to work up the courage to enter the combat leagues. Humans, apparently, had different ideas about patience. "I've studied your fighting style," Marcus said calmly, stretching his arms in a peculiar ritual. "Impressive reach, devastating strength, but you rely too heavily on intimidation." SpaceOper's mandibles clicked in amusement. "Little soft flesh, I have torn apart crystalline warriors whose bodies are living diamonds. I have defeated thermal beasts that burn at 1,000 degrees. What could you possibly, The fight began before he could finish his taunt. What happened next defied everything SpaceOper thought he knew about combat. The human moved like liquid mercury, flowing between his strikes with impossible grace. Every swipe of his claws met empty air. Every attempt to grab the human resulted in Marcus somehow ending up behind him, beside him, or in positions that shouldn't have been physically possible. "Humans call it martial arts," Marcus explained conversationally while casually avoiding a forearm flurry that would have pulverized stone. "We've had about 5,000 years to perfect fighting with just these 2 arms." SpaceOper roared in frustration, activating his acidic spray. The human rolled under it, swept his legs, somehow tripping a creature with 4 times his mass, and delivered what he called a simple jab to SpaceOper's solar plexus. The impact felt like being hit by a cargo hauler. As SpaceOper gasped for air, Marcus continued his casual lecture. "See, we didn't evolve as apex predators. We're persistence hunters. We don't give up. We adapt. We learn." He ducked another desperate swing. "And we've been fighting each other for our entire existence." The human's movements became more aggressive, more precise. Each strike targeted nerve clusters SpaceOper didn't even know he had. Pressure points that sent waves of paralysis through his limbs. The human fought like he had blueprints of SpaceOper's anatomy. "The thing about humans," Marcus said, catching one of SpaceOper's arms in some kind of joint lock that sent lightning through his nervous system, "is that we study our opponents. We learn. We prepare." When SpaceOper finally collapsed, unable to move 3 of his 4 limbs, Marcus knelt beside him with what might have been genuine concern. "Good fight," the human said, helping him sit up. "You've got great instincts. Just too used to winning through fear." Now, 2 days later, SpaceOper typed his report from his hospital bed, 3 limbs still in various casts and braces. The medical staff, mostly humans, he'd noticed, had been remarkably kind and professional. His report to the Galactic Combat Federation was simple. Recommend immediate reclassification of human combat rating from harmless newcomer to approach with extreme caution. In the notes section, he added, request rematch in 6 months. I have studying to do. After all, if humans were good at one thing, it was learning. And SpaceOper was a quick study himself. The soft-flesh species had just taught the galaxy that sometimes the most dangerous predator is the one that doesn't look dangerous at all.